Hello, everyone. Welcome to Topic of the Day. In this edition, we will be talking about the Indus Water Treaty. Now, recently, this treaty was back in news as the 117th meeting of the Permanent Indus Commission was held. So, under the Indus Water Treaty of 1960, Permanent Indus Commissioners are required to meet annually and alternately in India and Pakistan. So, the meeting this year was held in the first week of March at Islamabad in Pakistan. So, before discussing about the Indus Water Treaty, let us know some of the key highlights of this particular meeting. There were discussions held on the Pakal Dul project that is in Kishtwar, Jammu and Kashmir. It is a 1000 megawatt capacity hydroelectric project on the river Marusudar, which is a tributary of the Chenab River. Then there were discussions on Kiru and Lower Kalnai in the Doda district of Jammu and Kashmir, which is a 48 megawatt capacity hydroelectric project on the river Chenab. On the lower Kalnai, both sides noted that there is no construction ongoing after the floods of 2014. Therefore, both the countries agreed to the fact that it is not fruitful to continue the discussion on this particular topic. Then there were discussions on the Fazilka drain. Pakistan assured free flow of Fazilka drain into the river Satluj. The exchange of hydrological and flood data was also ensured. Further, both the sides reaffirmed their commitment to interact more frequently in an attempt to resolve issues through bilateral discussions under this treaty. Now let us talk about the Indus Water Treaty of 1960. It was signed by Jawaharlal Nehru and then Pakistani President Ayub Khan with an objective to develop a mechanism for cooperation between both the two countries regarding the water usage of the Indus River. Now when we talk about the Indus River, it is around 3,100 km long and even longer than the Ganga and the Brahmaputra River. It originates near Kailash Mansarovar and travel from Trans-Himalayans to Gilgit-Baltistan region of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and then drains into the Arabian Sea after flowing through Pakistan. Now, the Indus is the most important river for Pakistan. The major tributaries of the Indus River are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj. All these rivers meet at Mithankot in Pakistan. Now, according to this treaty, Pakistan has rights over the western rivers or the upper three rivers, and those are Indus, Jhelum and Chenab. So Pakistan can raise concerns on the design of Indian projects on these particular rivers. Now, when we talk about the lower three rivers or the eastern rivers, Satluj, Beas and Ravi, so according to the treaty, India has rights over these eastern rivers. So in a total, 80% of the water goes to Pakistan, whereas India gets approximately 20% of the aggregate waters of the Indus River system. Now, this treaty was brokered by the World Bank, and the most important thing is this treaty does not have a unilateral exit clause. So, what are the concerns regarding this treaty? There is dissatisfaction and conflicts regarding the interpretation and implementation of Indus Water Treaty. It is also highly technical, leading to divergence and interpretations. Also, there is a tense political relations between two countries, and mostly the western rivers, that are the upper three rivers, Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, are majorly in the disputed region of Jammu and Kashmir or the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. So the question is the Indus Water Treaty worth preserving? Firstly, the Indus Water Treaty does not have a unilateral exit clause. Secondly, even under the Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties, provisions cannot be appropriately used to abrogate the Indus Water Treaty. Now, if we talk about Vienna Convention, there is Article 62 of this particular convention that can be used by India to cancel the Indus Water Treaty, but there should be a solid reason or solid ground for that. Further, close collaboration of China and Pakistan will make China more assertive towards India. For example, China is already building dams over the Brahmaputra and Satluj River. Also, Article 9 of the Indus Water Treaty talks about mechanisms to settle questions, differences, and disputes over the hydro infrastructure projects. Now, let us take up a practice question on this topic. With reference to the Indus Water Treaty, consider the following statements. First, it was brokered by the World Bank. Second, India governs Beas, Ravi, Jhelum, and Pakistan govern Indus, Chenab, and Satluj rivers. Third, India is allowed to use 20% of Indus water for irrigation, power generation, and transportation. Which of the statements given above are correct? You have to choose from the correct option. You can write your answers in the comment section below. So the correct answer is B, that is only first and the third statement are correct. Second statement is wrong because India governs Beas, Ravi and Satluj rivers, whereas Pakistan governs the upper three rivers, that is Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. So the correct option is B. This was all for today's topic of the day. For regular updates, you can follow us on our social media handles. And for more such videos, do stay tuned to the next IAS YouTube channel.